here I am with my dogs. Okay, let's practice speaking English behind the wheel. Okay. For example, no. By the way, okay. By the way, do you use this expression? Behind the wheel. Does this mean I'm driving? Can I use this expression instead of oh my goodness, instead of I'm driving? I didn't know that, so now I'm asking you. So if you like, please tell me if I can use I'm behind the wheel now instead of I'm driving. Please leave your comment below, okay? I'll be waiting. As usual, I'm on my way to the trimming salon for my dogs to have their dental care, which is very important. And by the way, it's really hot. It's really hot outside. The temperature, the highest temperature today, I don't know, but I think it got as high as 32 degrees or even higher. Yesterday we had temperature which was 36 degrees and it was extraordinarily hot. Extraordinary hot. Is my collocation for hot is okay? I said extraordinary, right? And some adjectives don't go well with nouns, right? When we use such adjectives, that doesn't sound right? This is something that I really want to know at the moment, at this level. I mean, this is quite confusing for us non-native English speakers. And even when I use my Japanese, which is my mother tongue, I look up in a dictionary. I refer to a dictionary every time I'm not sure how to use a certain set phrases. And sometimes it turns out that I was wrong. Okay, and it turns out that I was using the collocation, the wrong one, for such a long time without knowing it. So that is why it's totally natural that we don't understand how to use collocation, right? It's difficult even in our mother tongue. And every time I wrote something like description for the YouTube video, I have my main channel in which I speak Japanese mainly, and when I write descriptions for it, for my channel, I make it a rule to refer to a dictionary. I'm not 100% sure that I can write Japanese, even though I am a native Japanese speaker, and I'm proud of myself, but I'm not really sure if I'm using my Japanese correctly And it's even more embarrassing if I use the wrong way of speaking Japanese or writing Japanese, because it shows that I'm not intelligent enough, I'm not educated enough, right? So that is why I'm always careful not to make mistakes, especially when I do something in public. But I sometimes make mistakes without even knowing. Wow, that would be terrible, right? But to be able to notice it is very good, I think, because everything starts from there, right? Unless you notice it, you cannot make your wrong sentences right? You cannot fix it, right, in the first place. So I think making a mistake is okay if you can fix it, because after fixing it, it means that you have become smarter, you have become more knowledgeable. So making mistakes is not something embarrassing, right? Yeah, I think so. I think that way. Okay. Time now is a little past 5, and today it's already a long day. It's been a long day already. I still have several hours to live, but I already began to feel a bit sleepy because I did lots of English practice today, thanks to this YouTube channel called English is Easy with Connor. I have become a member to this channel, because I like the way the teacher Connor teaches us, and the way he does to teach. And today I learned that he's an author, published author. He has written 7 children's books, and plus he's a very famous person in China. He's very famous on the internet in China. He has over 1.5 million followers. Wow! So he has published 7 children's books. Means that he has written picture books, or I don't know, literal. I don't know how to call it. Story for kids or for small kids. Stories. That is why he deals with lots of stories for his teaching material, right? Now I understand. I always wondered why this very good-looking, very pop-looking, I don't know how, wild-looking guy with tattoo teaches English through stories. It's a big, wonder for me. That was so mysterious. He was so mysterious. Yeah, I find it that way because the first time I saw him on YouTube, my first impression about him was that, what is this guy? That's pretty weird, or something like that. Yeah, in a good way, I guess, not in a bad way, because he looked a bit unusual. I can't explain it thoroughly. I just felt like that. He was different. And I started watching his videos, and he was very, very decent. He was very, I don't know, my vocabulary is very limited. I cannot find the right word to describe. I felt that what he was like, he was very decent. Yeah, that's the best word, I guess. Decent and very, I don't know, serious. Yeah, serious. And so he's attractive. That's because he's a bookworm. He's a bookworm. On contrary to how he looks, right? Yeah, that's very interesting. So that's why I got interested in him as a human being, of course, because not romantically, because I'm much older than he is, like 30 years older than he is. So, but my favorite YouTubers are all like in their early 40s, late 30s, or even early 30s. I don't know, probably because I tend to assume myself that I'm still in my 30s. Yeah, I think this is not typical of me. I'm not the only one who feels this way about my own age. People tend to believe that they are still in their 30s. Yeah, and the time stops there. And every time they realize their real age, like when they look at themselves in a photo someone took, or I don't know, and it made them realize that they have gotten older, but inside themselves they're still in their 30s, late 20s. And this kind of problem, this kind of thing often happened to me, often happens to me, and makes me feel so bad. Everybody wants to stay young, right? I understand very much. The older I get, the more I feel this way. And now I imagine how my parents used to feel when I was younger. Yeah, they must have some things that they were struggling with, I guess. And if I knew that they must have been having such not problems, but such things that might have, I don't know, they suffered from, or right? And then I could have been kind or kinder to them, I guess. I feel sorry about my father. Oh, today I'm now in the parking lot of the training center, and my dog is going to start barking very soon, because every time I park my car, he starts barking. Well, we have finished we are on our way home from now. I had to edit out some parts where my dog was barking, especially my dog which is older and bigger, named Goro, as usual. Yeah, I saw it coming. Okay, I'll have to be careful. Alright, today was a chaotic moment. Okay, it was chaotic. Okay, what I mean by chaotic is that today was the day that I had to make appointments for the subscription for my dog's dental care that I always use. And I finished 4 times already out of 13 times. Okay, they give me one extra opportunity because I'm their first customer to use this service. And I actually I don't know how to say this. I said something to them to help them this service. I don't know how to say this. They started this service. They have just started this service, and nobody was their member yet at that time. Okay, I was new, and the service was new, and they didn't know if this service was the one that their customers would want. So they really wanted to know, and I was there, and I wanted to help. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Oh my goodness. Okay, I went there to have my dog's teeth brushed for the first time out of the time when I always take them to get a shampoo and a haircut. Okay, when I take them to get a haircut and a shampoo, they also have their teeth brushed. Okay, because brushing their teeth is included in their service. But out of the service, I don't know how to say this. Sometimes I don't know how to say, and I have to get stuck, and I don't know what to do. Okay, anyway. And this is not important, so just let it go. Anyway, what I mean by today was chaotic was that my dogs kept barking inside his trimming salon because another dog, which was staying in a cage, was also barking, and I don't know who started barking in the first place, but probably, I'm not really sure why my dog started barking to begin with. Probably the dog inside the cage said something that we couldn't hear, but only dogs could hear, and my dog responded to it. I guess so, because he didn't know that any dog was in a cage, because there's this wall just between the room where they take care of their dogs, their customers' dogs, And the place where I was waiting for my dogs to finish their brushing their teeth, and there's this door and wall, so dogs cannot see inside, right? Dogs are too short to peep inside the treatment room, so but they could hear, right? They could hear the sound that we humans can't hear, right? So, and where was I? And my dog, and that dog inside the cage barks at each other without seeing each other many times, hundreds of times. And one of the staff was taking care of my appointment. Just like I said, I had to make all the appointment today. Today is the 4th, and I still have 13 minus 9 means equals 9, right? I have still 9 times worth of ticket, okay? And since I don't know if when they are available for the 9 appointments, the sooner I make appointments, the better, because nobody knows if when they are going to be full, right? So that's why, oh my goodness, at this time of day, I would say there are many dogs walking on the streets. So that is why it makes me feel nervous, because every time my dog finds other dogs walking on the streets, he'll bark. I don't know why he barks so much. It gives me a lot of headache. I don't know what to do with this. Okay, where was I? In the chaotic, right? And there's this another staff at the counter, inside the counter, because she was talking over the phone with her customer and checking the schedule on the PC on the counter. And I really wanted my dog to be quiet because I didn't want to disturb her. I got confused because there are so many things going on at the same time. Like my dogs and other dogs bark at each other very much, and I had to put up with the noise, and I had to stop my dog from barking so much, so that my dog wouldn't disturb staff. And I had to look at the calendar or my calendar app to find out which day I want them to make an appointment, or which days I want to make an appointment. and I have to tell them at first which day I want, and they can check if they are available on that day. But it's a very complicated process, and I'm not good at numbers, and I easily get confused with lots of numbers somehow, especially in front of people, because I'm neurotic, and I tend to care too much about small things happening, especially at the same time, like the situation I was in, and anything else. yeah, it was just a chaotic. So that's what I meant by chaotic. It exhausted me so much. But at least it was good that my dogs were okay. I mean, they finished having their teeth brushed. Okay. Alright, and I said that the subscription for my dog's dental care has 13 times, right? But a month has 30 days or 31 days mostly, right? And choosing the right day with a certain interval, like 2 or 3 days, depending on the week, depending on every occasion, can be a bit confusing and tricky. It's very difficult to decide the date. That's what I don't like the most. I mean, scheduling. I'm not good at scheduling. I'm not good with numbers either. I easily get confused. My mind goes blank. And now I'm driving, and there's this man on the bicycle riding on the same road as cars do, even though he was not wearing a helmet. And this road is quite narrow, with 2 lanes on the lane I was on, and the other lane there is only 1 lane. And I was just worried if the man who looks like in his 70s, because he looks very energetic, but still he has gray hair. All hair looks gray or white. He's probably in his 70s, but he's more energetic than people in their 80s normally. So that is why I think he's in his 70s still, or maybe he's in his 60s. I'm not sure. But anyway, he was just riding on his bike and riding on the road with 2 lanes. Okay, but this lane is pretty small, narrow, that there wasn't enough space for a bicyclist such as him could pass through. And the cars are at the pedestrian crossing, because there was a signal, and the signal was red, so they had to stop. Okay, they were waiting. About 2 or 3 cars were waiting for the signal to change just before the pedestrian crossing, and they weren't enough space for the people. The person in his 70s on the bike could pass through, and I just wondered what would happen to him. But surprisingly, he wasn't going straight. He wasn't carving. Is it okay, carving? It wasn't just, I don't know how to say this, but he went on the right side. He was riding his bike. He was riding on the opposite lane, which means that he was violating the traffic regulation, right? Even bicycle, even if it's a bike, they have to follow the traffic regulation, the same ones that cars do. So it means that he was violating the traffic regulations. That was bad. That was against the law. He should be arrested. Or no, I don't think so. He should be fined, right? He would have had to pay certain amount of fine if he had been caught by a police. If there had been any police at that scene, he must have been caught. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. He went on the opposite lane because he wanted to avoid the situation where there were some cars stopping with less space available beside those cars so that he could pass through, meaning he couldn't have passed through the space between the, I don't know what to call this thing. We call it in Japanese guardrail. Probably it means that guard, rail, but I don't know how to call it in English. But it's a metal bar, I don't know, fence, okay, metal fence or shield that is placed just at the end of the side of the pedestrian road, so that cars won't get into the pedestrian road. So it's like a shield. It's made of metal, iron or something like that, because it gets rusty. And between the shield and the cars that were at the parked, I don't know, my mind is asleep and my brain is asleep and I can't make sentences. Okay, and I'm thirsty too. I need some water to drink. Okay, here I am. I bought this plastic bottle, but at the 100 yen shop. It's a shop. It's very popular. It's a very popular shop where all the items are 100 yen or less than $1 even. It's very popular here in Japan. There are many 100 shops. In the 90s, we didn't have probably we didn't have any 100 shops in Japan back then, but it started burgeoning in Japan, and it got popularity because it's fun to shop in such stores, because 100 yen sounds very cheap for us, but actually some of the products they sell at such shops are originally priced at less than 100 yen. Did you know that? Like 80 yen, 90 yen, or even 70 yen. Okay, and they sell goods that they got from somewhere some shops or something which went out of business. So anyway, such shops wanted to sell their goods because they are going to bankrupt, right? So that is why they get those items at very cheap price, and so that's how they earn money. They make margins. They make margins or costs or earning. They can earn the profits. Okay, they can earn profits. Yeah, it's a win-win, right? So that is why, even if you find something interesting and at such shops, when you go there and you want to buy another one next time, most of the times you cannot find the same item at the same shop, because then don't always sell the same items. They don't stock them usually. It's not necessarily true that they always have the same item all the time, because some of the items they happen to be there, okay?